Hi everyone, my name is Greg Alkali, CEO and co-founder of batteryPOP. Now everyone likes to start their pitches with a quick show of hands. So quick show of hands, who in this room has ever been a kid? Yeah, you were born a man. For everyone else, being a kid was pretty awesome, right? I loved being a kid. In fact, I made a career of it. After college, I went to work for the Sponge. I spent 12 years working at Nickelodeon as a writer and a producer, and ultimately head writer of Nick On Air promos and creative advertising for Nick at Night. Now, in around 2011, a crisis of sorts hit Nick. Ratings started plummeting. Everyone's running around, where did the kids go? Where are they going? Well, we all knew where they were going. They were going online, in droves. Millions of kids are now turning to their phones and their tablets to find great online content. I knew this, Nickelodeon knew this, the marketers knew this. But where were kids going at the time? Well, they were going to places like YouTube. What's wrong with YouTube? There's a lot wrong with YouTube. If you're a kid and you're watching something safe like Bert and Ernie teaching you about numbers and letters, the next video that you may see on YouTube is Bert and Ernie teaching you about something completely different. You're always a click away from something inappropriate on YouTube. The comments are a mess. It's not a safe place for kids. At the same time at Nick, we also knew tons of creators who were making fantastic content for kids. Cartoons, music videos, web series, but this content was never actually getting in front of the audience it was intended for. It wasn't getting in front of kids. So we figured, okay, growing audience of kids watching content online, growing number of creators making content meant for kids. Let's put it all together. So we came up with batteryPOP. batteryPOP is an online and mobile video network exclusively for 6 to 11-year-old kids. With cartoons, comedy, music, and more, we feature premium short-form content in a safe environment. We filter out all the dangerous stuff, all the stuff you don't want your kids to see, and we present it in a safe, engaging environment. Now, how do we do that? Well, we focus on 3 things as we build out what we're considering the batteryPOP network: curation, incubation, and distribution. With curation, we are reaching out to creators across the board, from studios to students, to bring on what we consider fantastic content that hasn't seen the kid audience yet. We bring it in from all over the place. In fact, Canada is a great place to find kids content because this country supports production. I got to go talk to my president back in the United States about how we can get going on that side. Great content out there. We bring it on to batteryPOP. Incubation. We ask kids to tell us what they like. Kids decide what pops. They vote. They answer pop quizzes where there are no wrong answers. They create their own channel. They share with their friends in a safe way. This way, we're generating data on the programming that we have so that the creators who have put their content on batteryPOP get the information they need to make it better. So if they do want to go to Nickelodeon down the road, they have some leverage in those conversations. And distribution. There are a lot of platforms out there hungry for content. We're vetting the content. We are bringing it in. We can push it out as well. This lets our creators build their audience, get more exposure, and of course, it's an opportunity to monetize. We do want to make money with batteryPOP. There's a lot of ways we think we can do it. Advertising is the obvious one. Not just advertising on batterypop.com, but also as we build up our distribution network and we're connecting with brands that have kid-focused toys, video games, what have you, we can push those advertisements across our distribution network, layer a kid-safe ad network on top of it. Hopefully everybody's benefiting. Custom content. Brands know that videos are a great way to connect with kids. We have a roster of amazing creators making great content for kids. We bring them together. Subscription level for behind the scenes, bonus content, early releases, hopefully games eventually. And then as our shows hopefully get bigger, there's licensing opportunities, there's merchandising opportunities. And then the real win is when we harness the power of kids to find that next SpongeBob, to find that next Fairly Odd Parents that started as a web series on batteryPOP, built up its audience, the creators got the feedback they need, and then they get to Nick, they get to Cartoon Network, they get to Disney XD. We will share in that success. So where are we now? We've got about 50,000 visitors to the site every month. Off-platform, we've got about 500,000 streams of our video content. About 50 creators are working with us right now. We've got about 500 videos, and we're looking to grow. I think this is an opportunity, hopefully starting right here today, to take batteryPOP to that next level. So we have a great team. We come from Nickelodeon. We come from Saban Brands. There's the Power Rangers guys. We've got a guy from Zenith Optimedia, one of the top digital media agencies in our country. We think that this could be something big. The great online kids brand does not yet exist. Disney owns movies. Nickelodeon owns TV. We think that batteryPOP can own the internet, can own mobile, can be the greatest and safest place for kids there is. Thank you, guys.
Greg, thank you very much. But I want to ask you, it feels to me like I mean, you've got this great ambition, right, to be this next great kids brand. The Disney of the internet is a little bit, and it feels like you're sort of part curator, publisher, part platform, by being a destination site, part agent for the creators,
right,
and part this kid-safe ad network. That's a lot to take on for a small company. How are you focusing? Where are you putting your efforts? Is there one of those things sequenced first?
Yeah, we're starting with content. It's all about content. It's all about finding great shows, great videos, great web series that kids want to see. Because without the content, you don't get the kids. Advertisers don't care. So the real emphasis is connecting with the people who are making great content, whether it's a back catalog that a studio is sitting on, or it's a YouTube creator looking for another avenue to get in front of an audience. It starts and it ends with great content, and that's our focus.
Terrific. Well, thank you very much, and good luck to you. And,
Thank you.
Keeping production on schedule is the biggest headache for manufacturers. To keep production on schedule, factories need to capture their operational data and visualize their machine performance so they can improve their operations. So improving their operations requires pulling all the data off their machines, but this is a very difficult task because every brand of machine communicates using a different language, and factories buy their machines based on the best value, which means a variety of machines and no way to make them communicate together. At MAJiK Systems, we're solving this problem. Our platform integrates with any machine and any data source so that managers can get the data they need to keep their production on schedule. Our MAJiK Connect web application lets our customers track all of their machines in real time. You can select any machine in your factory to view a detailed breakdown of its performance. The downtime Pareto chart lets you identify the errors that are costing you the most time and money. The machine utilization chart lets you see how much of your shift is dedicated to productive work. You can also view the shop order schedules for each machine in your factory. Selecting a shop order shows an attainment gauge and a burn down chart, so you know exactly how close you are to completing a shop order. So why don't factories already have this? It's not easy. Most of our competitors force you to install their aftermarket controllers, which cost thousands of dollars for every machine. We bypass this by using our drag and drop interface, which lets us immediately connect to an entire factory in a couple minutes. Our current connection library includes all Vanhawks and MAJiK controllers, which lets us connect over 40% of the controller market. And by the end of the summer, we plan to add libraries for Siemens and Heidenhain, which will bring us up to 75% of all controllers. Even if your machines are too old or specialized to connect to over the internet, we allow your operators to capture relevant information through our operator input module, where they can track their jobs, the work they've completed, and downtime as it occurs. Our system bypasses the difficult implementation barriers that our customers face. We allow you to connect all your machines and software systems into one holistic view. We can interface with ERP systems, maintenance management systems, shop order schedules, and quality tracking systems. Our customers are impressed that we can give them all this information to let them see exactly how close they are to completing their orders. They've never seen another system that gives them so much information. There's over 1,500 manufacturing facilities within a 5-hour drive of our headquarters in Waterloo. Nonprofit studies have shown that manufacturers that implement a machine monitoring solution see a 20% increase in overall equipment effectiveness in just 10 weeks. We're currently working with customers in the metalworking and fabrication industries, automotive, and consumer products. Our first customer is the 5th largest coffee roaster in North America. They're paying for us to monitor their 70 lines over 4 different factories. That's over $200 million of capital equipment we're monitoring. We've also partnered with bandsaw manufacturer BTM Saws, who's making our software a standard solution with their 250 North American customers. And in August, we'll be doing a pilot implementation at a line in a major auto parts supplier in southern Ontario, with the goal of moving up to their whole factory, or their whole network of factories. We charge an upfront implementation cost, a yearly software license, and a monthly support fee, depending on the number of machines each factory has connected to our system. Our team has all the right experience. We've worked in factories all over the world, and we know the problems that manufacturers face. We're in the unique position to have the knowledge and the drive to create the software to solve these problems. While completing paid implementations for customers over the rest of this year, we're going to be building up the next version of our system, which will be cloud-hosted, let users customize the analytics they see, and it'll have a complete integration library for every type of machine and data source. This is all part of our eventual goal to provide a self-serve platform where anyone with manufacturing knowledge can set up our system in their factory. We're working to provide the entire manufacturing industry with the tools they need to succeed.
All right, well, thank you. So, you want a text for Michael? The text number is 3324. And I want to know, so it sounds like this is a really big market that currently, you either have to be really, really big so that you can afford these implementations, or you're out of luck. And you're going to kind of serve all those people who are out of luck. Is that pretty much right?
Yeah, so the bigger companies will generally have their own solutions. They may have a more sort of standardized production line, but we're targeting the small to mid-sized guys where they have a variety of machines and they don't have the budget to have a completely in-house custom solution.
And that's going to let them compete with the big guys.
Yeah.
So competing with big guys is a good thing. I like that you're leveling the field. Michael, thank you very much.
I'm very excited to be here today. I'm even more excited to tell you about what I'm working on. But before I do, I want to share with you a little bit about myself. My name is Alex Norman. I'm the founder and CEO of MyCoop.com. I have 10 years of technology experience, which means, like most of you, I spend more time staring at screens than I do at people. I'm from New York City and live in Midtown Manhattan. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I want to share with you a problem that me and my colleagues have had. See, we've basically decided to live in the urban metro because it's our choice, and we love our neighborhoods. But the reality is we have no idea who our neighbors are. And that's kind of cool, right, because my neighbors are annoying and I want my privacy. But the reality is that if something goes really bad, like the boiler room goes out or gets flooded, or in this case of Hurricane Sandy, you need somebody's help. It is the people who live next door, or opportunities in this case, where if you have the opportunity to sell your couch, you're upgrading your appliance, or in fact, if you have a new addition to your family and want daycare, it's the people who live next door to you that have the solutions and the answers. Well, that's cool, but the reality is that we now have to pry ourselves away from technology and walk down the hall and write up on a piece of paper and post it in a place like this. And I do think that's kind of bad. Particularly in 2014, which is why I created MyCoop, the free private social network for residential buildings that makes it super easy for neighbors to communicate and connect and share with each other online. We think this is awesome and huge, because there's 800,000 residential buildings, multi-unit buildings in the United States, housing close to 80% of the United States population. And less than 1% of those buildings have technology that connects neighbors with each other. We think this is a huge revenue potential because many companies in the United States spend over $30 billion trying to target you where you live online. So from our standpoint, we think we can disrupt everything. The way that people communicate with each other in buildings, and the way people in buildings ultimately have access to information and resources that they need. So how do we make money? It's relatively simple. We charge a merchant subscription monthly for companies, laundromats, and real estate agents that want to talk to you in your building per month for a fee to get access to the buildings of their choice. We also have an affiliate network, so companies that are pure play that are actually able to sell goods and services on our platform, we get a percentage of that revenue. Today, we are in 188 buildings. We launched earlier this year, primarily through word of mouth and referrals in New York. Hopefully, the end of 2015, we'll be in close to 5,000 buildings with a $200,000 run rate per month. We'll achieve that through additional marketing spending that we'll get from the $100,000 that we from today. So why we think we're going to achieve this basically is because our users love us, right? So Jason and Clara, they found a nanny on our platform. The companies like delivery.com, those of you that are in the US or New York area know this company. They are a seamless or a food delivery company in the city. They love us because we provide group buying opportunities. So that's a bunch of pizzas. You get 20% off. It's awesome. And NewYorkCity.gov loves us, and we're right now in the Big Apps competition in New York City because now we have a better way of communicating with 1 million affordable housing units in New York City, which makes building-wide communication a reality. So from our standpoint, we think that we, as users of the platform, obviously as builders of it, get more out of our building by connecting with our neighbors, and we hope that you do too. So please join MyCoop and get more out of your building. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So let's get the text slide. It's 3159 to text your vote for MyCoop. So I want to make sure I'm clear. So I can, I guess, independently come onto MyCoop, even if my neighbors don't, and maybe we'll get some value, but it's really the collective, getting everybody there. So does that mean you kind of have to go door to door, building to building, to forge relationships with building managers in order to get enough momentum that then opens up the market for these co-buying and other opportunities?
In some cases, but we're really focusing on the ground up. So we want our residents who are active and engaged already in their buildings to use our platform and to promote it themselves. Internally, we love Seinfeld. I mean, we're New Yorkers, and we refer to those people as the Kramers. So the people that really know everybody, they're motivated, they're doing things. Now they have the tools to be able to make those connections and relationships a reality. And so from our standpoint, then we find the buildings that we like, that we want to do more in, we'll go in and do more marketing and grassroots activity.
So you're going after the Kramers and not the soups, if you will.
Basically. Okay. I mean, when Facebook started, it was 1% Kramers and the rest were people like you and me. And it takes those people to drive the platform, and we've achieved a good traction so far, so it seems to be working out for us.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, and good luck to you in the competition.
So hi guys, my name's Lauren, and I'm co-founder of Flightfox. We're a concierge travel platform where you get matched with top flight hackers around the world to save you time and money. Sorry, you're making me nervous. So who's ever booked a flight online? Hands up. Who's ever booked a flight with a travel agent? No hands. A few. Well, what you don't know, whoa, it's windy. Let me stand over here. What you might not know is that the offline travel market, where like what we consider travel agents, is double the size or even more of the online travel market. So if you're booking a simple trip, going from here to San Francisco or in North America, Kayak, Hipmunk, Expedia, they've got you covered. They've dominated that industry. But where no one has looked is for the complex international trips where you're going to multiple cities. If you want to fly with your pet cat, if you want to use frequent flyer miles or earn frequent flyer miles, you want to earn status in an airline, like anything where you want to talk to a real person, that's what we're targeting. So we've been going for 2 years, and we've been tracking what's called the Net Promoter Score. It's basically, I've got one question that we ask all of our customers: would you recommend us to a friend? And they have to select 0 to 10, whether they're not at all likely or extremely likely to recommend you to a friend. Basically, at the moment, 90% of our customers rate us 7 or higher. So everyone loves our service. And so we've reached that product market fit now, and we're ready to scale. So we're probably going to raise a Series A in the next 3 to 6 months. We've already been through a couple of accelerators. We went through Y Combinator last year, and I'm from Australia, so we had an accelerator program there for the first few months. So now we're looking to take that next step. So if anyone's interested in travel, come talk to me.
Good job, and very much on the spur of the moment. So let's get the text here. It's 7166 for your scoring for Flightfox. So just to be clear, so if I'm just going to fly from San Francisco to Montreal, probably not going to use you. I might use Hipmunk to find the lowest fare.
Yeah.
But when I normally travel, I travel like 4 or 5 different airports. I stay different places. I use different airlines. That's when you're going to help me out. And if I want to bring my new puppy, I really need you.
Exactly. So anything that's complex or business traveling for business, or you want to travel first class for the first time, for your honeymoon or something, anything where you want to talk to a real person, like you go to the doctor to find out if you're sick, or the dentist, like you want to talk to a real person about your trip who knows what they're doing and knows, how to find the best flights for you.
And that was my question, Brenda.
So
Brenda, excellent question. How do you make money doing that?
we actually charge an upfront fee. So that scares a lot of people away because you don't have to pay to search for travel now. You can go to Kayak and search for free, or you go down to your local travel agent. But what we offer is an unbiased opinion. So we're not trying to make a commission from you. We're not trying to book you with a certain airline because we make more money with them. We actually don't do any bookings. Like we're testing that out at the moment, but we are an unbiased point of view for you. So we're like an expert friend.
And what's the fee, just basic, typically?
The minimum fee for a simple international trip is $50, and then it goes up depending on the complexity, how many cities you're going to, if it's business class. But basically, we've had 100,000 users for the last 2 years. 25% of them have paid that upfront fee, and we just recently passed $1 million in revenue.
Well, congratulations for that, and congratulations for your Twitter win, and good luck to you as you go through your fundraising.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You've been there, haven't you? Be it in a show, a museum. You want to get your own picture of the moment, yet it's so crowded that all you get is your fellow photographer back, for that matter. Well, it's okay though, the picture still shows you've been there. But what if? What if we could give you a way to get a perfect shot that you trigger yourself? A great shot to which you could add your selfie as you like. That's Xangle for you folks. We install camera that you trigger with your phones, and it's available right now. So let's see how does it work. The picture here shows the installation we did at the Montreal festival in Montreal not so long ago. So you could connect to those cameras that were actually unreachable areas for the public, and you ended up editing pictures that were looking like this one. To make things clear, the mosaic here has been triggered and edited by the people on the top picture. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Mural is just the tip of the iceberg, though. During that past year, we participated in 9 smaller scale events. We've been featured there here in Montreal, in Belgium as well. And we're now ready to launch Xangle big time. How do we make money with that? First, we have a freemium model for the mass market. We have a gamification strategy and a credit system on the way to to monetize that part. Where it gets a little more original is in regards of our B2B perspective. It seems like the slides are cut off. So well, anyways, sorry about that. So here for the B2B, we are selling visibility package. We are making contacts with museums, events organizers, zoos, well, any place people tend to take pictures at, so as to get our setup on the stages and exhibitions. So we have leads here in Quebec, but in Europe and the US as well. Where we make our money here is by selling the brand visibility package. The sponsor pays for tailored Xangle applications. The option ranges from a simple custom watermark all the way up to a full customized application into their existing ecosystems. So, I missed something here. All right, so for that part, we are targeting 20 deployments in the next year. Well, by the end of the year, actually. So that should allow us to get enough users to prove the market for Xangle and to put collaborative photography in each and every one pocket. So now, who are we to pretend we can pull the commercialization of Xangle through? Let me introduce you to the team. We're 3 promoters with various IT and development backgrounds. So we've known each other for 5 years, and we've been working together for almost 2 years on this product. Laurent, our CTO, has more than an 8-year experience with Autodesk and others in video game industry in research and development. Eric is a rare blend of entrepreneur. He's been running his company for 15 years, so he's a seasoned entrepreneur. He's also known worldwide for his photographic projects, futuristic style, really bullet time and lots of lights. I suggest you go see his website, you will like it. So we run a team of 7 persons, and we are all dedicated and really eager to put Xangle in your hands and pockets. That's that about Xangle. So we install camera that you trigger with your phones. We are looking for people to join our advisory committee. So whether if you think you have skills that could be of, well, matching with ours, that would be great. I would love to talk to you. We will have an activation later on at La Commune. So there is this open bar party right nearby. I suggest that you come. We will use Xangle and have a drink and discuss our future projects if you would. Thank you very much.
Great. Jeremy, thank you. All right, so we can get our text slide. Your Xangle text number is 2756, so please text your vote. And Jeremy, while they're doing that, let me ask you, because I think what I understand is that you're, in many ways, you're a network of cameras that I can remotely use. Is that fair?
That's only part of it. It's the easy way because it's very complicated otherwise to explain collaborative photography the way we want it to be used by everybody. So it's the way we want to pull this innovation through. When people have Xangle, they will realize that they can use it on their own, actually connecting to each other and make synchronized triggered shots from anywhere in the world.
Does that mean, though, that you have to have a fairly large capital outlay initially? And I ask this in terms of both the $100,000 prize, but also your capital requirements for the business. Do you have to install a lot of cameras and create that network before you can build the applications on top?
So the $100,000 of the price would be really pushing us to organize and structure our sales so that we can get to this B2B market I was telling you about. The B2B market is actually the way that we will get in everyone's pocket. So that's it.
All right. Well, I look forward to having you in my pocket, so to speak. Thank you very much for your pitch.
Thank you.
My name is Sohaib, and I'm the CEO of Vanhawks. And we are the future of urban transportation. Our love for bikes is as old as 1839, when Scotsman Fitzpatrick Macmillan invented the first pedal bike. And it has been the most effective form of transportation till date. But our love for bikes is gone. And this is how we transport from A to B today. The same automobile that we built is now a problem for us. We believe that we can change the urban transportation by bringing the love for bikes back, for better cities of tomorrow. And it's possible with a bike which is safer than the bike of today, a bike which is smarter than the bike of today, and a bike which is sexier than the bike of today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the bike of the future. Meet Vanhawks Valor, world's first connected bike. Safer, smarter, sexier. Vanhawks has got your back with its blind spot detection. Vanhawks guides you through the city with its turn-by-turn navigation. And Vanhawks is making the bike cool again. Vanhawks is so much more than a bike. It's a connected device. Vanhawks onboard sensors track your life telemetrics. Vanhawks learns from other bike in its community to suggest you safer routes by avoiding potholes, congested traffic, and steep hills. And if a Vanhawks Valor goes missing, the Vanhawks network is on the lookout. We introduced Vanhawks Valor to the world 2 months ago via our Kickstarter campaign. Not only did we raise our goal of $100,000 in 30 days, but I'm proud to announce today that we are the most funded crowd campaign in Canada. Media, tech, fashion, and mainstream media picked us up very quickly, and they talked about us. NBC News wrote that our cars are getting smarter and smarter, so why not our bikes? TechCrunch said, it's pretty slick. And with its carbon fiber body, it's ultra light. Style magazine went as far as saying that it might make you consider leaving your car permanently in the garage. And with that, we sold 8 times more bikes than our original goal. And I'm proud to announce today that our post-Kickstarter pre-orders are surpassing $100,000 a month with $0 in marketing. And we're shipping internationally as well as US and Canada. Vanhawks is fundamentally changing the way biking works with networks and data at the core. We're also making our app available to all cyclists for safer route suggestions. Because every new node in the network makes everybody's Vanhawks experience much better and help us build the safer, smarter cities of the future. Not only that, we're making some exclusive product partnerships with some of the best companies in the bike industry to make sure that we have the best experience when you get on the bike. The original co-founding team made Vanhawks a success. And to make sure that we keep the wave going, we're bringing some very passionate people from the industry, starting with Canada Gold Operations, IBM for user experience, Semtech for hardware engineering, and Cervelo Bikes for chief of design as part of our team. With rethinking safety, smartness, and sexiness at heart, we are making it hard to say no to biking. Vanhawks is rethinking the future of personal urban transportation, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I am a bike commuter, so I have a lot of questions for you.
For sure.
But my first question is, that looks like a fixie. Is that right?
That is one of the models. So we have 3 models. It's a single-speed fixie and a multi-gear.
Okay. So, and you said sexy. I'm going to look better in my bike shorts when I'm riding your bike?
You absolutely will.
Okay, perfect.
It is
That's
a
good.
very beautiful bike.
What's the cost of the bike and relative to other commuter bikes?
So right now, the fixed gear is $1,249, and your multi-gear hub is $1,500.
Okay, so it's on a multi-gear, it's pretty competitive, but you're a little bit more, quite a bit more expensive than a typical sort of cruiser kind of.
It's
Right?
the value proposition that you get out of
I'm
it,
not
right?
arguing the value proposition. I'm going to be talking to you about direct-to-consumer sales to this consumer. But just as to help people understand, I mean, I think there's obviously a lot of value there. And when will bikes be available?
So we're shipping in October this year.
Okay, great. Thank you for helping improve urban congestion and making biking safer. Congratulations on your great Kickstarter campaign. Again, text your votes if you'd like. And thanks on the great pitch.
Thank you very much.